No good on the three. Beyond the arc. Nails it from three.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Here's Nowitzki. Here's Doncic. No good. Excellent D there from O'Neal. Brooklyn leading by 8. James with the ball. Pass to Walton. Doncic outside. Here's Vujicic. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Nowitzki. And here's Doncic. Here's Petrovic. The shot is good. Doncic making the play.
All eyes on Luka. The defense forgot about his teammates.
Here's Walton. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
Pass to Kukoc. Launches a 3. Knocks down the triple.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Kukoc has gone 1 for 2 from the 3-point line. Here's Vujicic. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And that one's good.
Few guys distribute better than Doncic. He's got good instincts for when and where to send the ball.
And here's Doncic. 5 points in the game. Fires for 3. That one is off. And so it's Brooklyn with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. Back after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Brooklyn.
Well, you have to credit their effort on the defensive end. It set the tone for this contest.
The defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Brooklyn leading by 6. We've got Lauri Markkanen. Nikola Jokic is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Stojakovic in at the 2-guard spot. And for Brooklyn, they've got Luka Doncic. Also Lonzo Ball out there. James is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Worthy in at the 4.
Yeah, it was just a little late. I mean, he thought he got there, but the ref saw it otherwise.
And Brooklyn with possession here. The 3 from Ball. Drops in the 3. Ball's got his first 3 points of the game.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's going to make you pay.
Schroeder can't get it to go. And so Davis will bring it up for Brooklyn. They lead by 7. Fires it. Jokic grabs the board.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D back. He got his timing down. And Markkanen really that time going strong.
Brooklyn with the ball. And while Nikola Jokic has lots of years left in this league, he's already an all-time great, Graham.
You know, B.A., not many guys have won multiple MVPs and a title. But Jokic has already accomplished so much. And with his size and skill set, Jokic can be elite for a long time and add to...
And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
And even with the coach's challenge in play,
there will be 2 minutes to review the play.
Still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the...
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kukoc, no good. Brooklyn leading by 5. Here's Worthy. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Brooklyn shooting their 2nd attempt at the line tonight. Both teams will make substitutions. Schroeder. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Pass to Jokic. From deep three-point land. Oh, Jokic is money on the long-distance three.
Not a lot of places on the floor where Jokic cannot do this kind of damage. He does it with the three ball.
And there's James from the arc. That one falls. Great setup by Doncic. Doncic has got 4 assists in the game. James has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc. And here's Jokic. Pass to Petrovic. Puts up a 3. Stojakovic, no good. Brooklyn leading by 8. Here's Walton. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Walton's got 7.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Doncic is checked in for Schroeder. Brooklyn making a switch here. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Pass to Stojakovic. Antetokounmpo outside. Here's Jokic. Checked by Davis. Inside, Jokic drops it in.
The marriage of a big man and touch. There it was from Jokic.
Here's Vujacic. Three-pointer off the mark. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Petrovic. Doncic, a screen on James. Petrovic, kept alive. Pass to Stojakovic. And a miss there on the triple. Brooklyn leading by 8. Davis down low, outside Barnes. Great D that time from Jokic.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Doncic with the bucket.
And I love Doncic's shot selection. So smart at knowing when to shoot it.
Pass to James from behind the arc. There, LeBron for 3.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Back to Jokic. No one near him. And the ball goes out of play following the shot. O'Neal, he's checked in for Brooklyn.
Substitution on the court.
A minute 9 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Petrovic. O'Neal pulls it in. O'Neal's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Barnes drives in. That's tipped and stolen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Nowitzki. There's the block. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. There's 48 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass to Petrovic. Off the mark there with a 3.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Shot from the top of the key. James can't get it to go. James has gone 2 of 5 from the field here. Here's Nowitzki. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Petrovic passes to Doncic. Shot clock at 5. Nice shot from the wing. Doncic has got 5 points now in the quarter. Here's Vujacic. 9 points in the game. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Brooklyn shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
At the line for the
It's stolen. He got it up. He can't hit that time. And so it's Brooklyn with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Attention to center court. Drums, please. They're thinking about the shot.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Brooklyn leading by 9. They've got Nikola Jokic. Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Nowitzki in at the 4-man position. That's the group for Rick Carlisle getting going here in the second half. Out left to the wing. Here's Petrovic. Drains the triple. Petrovic has got 6 points.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Here's James. Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
Here's Walton. Hits a 3-pointer. 10 points for him.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. Here's Doncic. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
And this team's offensive catalyst, Doncic puts pressure on the defense every possession.
And so he hits both.
2-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Pass to Vujacic for 3. The rebound by Nowitzki. Vujacic has gone 1 for 4 from distance. Now here's Doncic. 12 points for him. Here's Petrovic. Shot clock at 6. And there's a pick. Pass to Jokic. 3-pointer. They get it back. Let's go with a 3. And Petrovic gets it to go. Petrovic has got 6 here in the quarter.
And Giannis treating the defense like a magazine. Easy reading here for him.
Timeout called. Brooklyn. Brooklyn leading by 4. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
Antetokounmpo surveys. Pass to Jokic. And it's good. 2 points. Jokic has got 7.
What a beautiful play. Giannis so mobile coming off the pick. And did I mention long?
The kick out to Ball. Jacks up a 3. Petrovic with a rebound. Ball's gone 2 of 5 from the floor. Petrovic passes to Jokic. And Davis with the block.
No surprise why AD has led the league in blocks before.
Here's Odom. Soft touch off the glass. And Brooklyn leads by 7.
It's nice to see they're not settling for 3-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Doncic passes to Jokic. Releases. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. He's got 9.
Good quick decision from Jokic. Catch it, shoot it, bury it.
2 minutes.
There's Ball with a 3. Jokic grabs the board. Jokic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Nowitzki.
Get up to throw down.
Oh, man. He got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. Timeout called. Brooklyn. O'Neal, he's checked in for Davis. Brooklyn leading by 3. The 3 from Ball. Nails it from beyond the arc. Ball's got 6 points in the quarter.
This is what he does. Find space on the perimeter and then sink the three.
Pass to Kukoc. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Blocked. Ball left side. No good on the triple.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Doncic. Tries again. It's hauled in by Luka Doncic. Here's Odom. It's blocked. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession.
Checking in for your home team, Lauri Markkanen, Dennis Schroeder.
Doncic against Doncic. The three from Ball. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. Ball's got 12.
That's a shot he's going to bury, especially when left open.
Pass to Jokic from the arc. And he can't get that one to go. His 6th miss in 10 tries. Doncic passes to Odom. Up and over Doncic. The kick out to Ball. Here's Worthy. There's the triple. Jokic grabs the board.
Yeah, just hold for the last shot. Don't give him another possession at all.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Ball with it. 12 points for him. Takes a three. On target from range. Ball's got 12 points in just the second half.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Well, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Lonzo Ball. He's feeling it tonight. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Here's Schroeder. On the floor for Brooklyn. Ball is out there with Barnes. And it's Worthy in at the small forward position. Antetokounmpo outside. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Well, Brent, although he hasn't won an MVP since 2020, Giannis has been a finalist every season.
Well, B.A., I just wonder if the voter fatigue is something that Giannis is tired of. Forget the voters. Maybe he just wants to focus on getting back to that level. Obviously, in the past couple seasons, you could say that he might have deserved one more. But this is one of the best two-way players in the league, and he's not going anywhere.
And he's going for the lob. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
The three from Ball. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
Pulls it from 20. Petrovic's shot is off.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Here's Ball. Takes it inside. And Ball throws it down.
I think this is what the coaches are clamoring for from Lonzo Ball. Don't settle for too many jump shots. And if you attack, go in there to make a play.
We've got a chance to check up on Anthony Davis' status. Allie?
Hey guys, the athletic trainer for Brooklyn provided some info for us. He said the ankle is definitely swelling, but at this point they're thinking it's only a sprain.
All right, that's good intel. We've definitely been thinking of him, and now we have some more clarity, guys.
Yeah, they now have all the information they need in order to determine the next steps.
Everybody wishing the best for him. We all know how badly he wants to be out there playing alongside his teammates and competing.
And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. So both teams making some changes here and keeping us updated from the sideline. Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, during that last break I heard Rick Carlisle as he talked with the team. He did his best to light a fire under them, saying we have to fight. Now is the moment. We have to come out of this deficit swinging. Guys?
Appreciate the report, Allie. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Intelligent play there by Davis. He knows he has the defense on their heels as soon as he gets the ball that close to the rim.
Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Greg.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
James, right side. The three from Barnes. The rebound by Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Petrovic. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist. Petrovic has got 9 points now in the second half. Here's Barnes. Antetokounmpo with the block.
And Giannis erasing that shot with his length. Shooters have to beware of where Giannis is.
We're in the 4th quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And here's Doncic. To the inside. Rebound collected by Anthony Davis. Brooklyn leading by 13. Here's James. Oh, LeBron, just too much to handle inside.
This is something that LeBron James also does well. Good at shrugging off the defense, bouncing off of them, and then concentrating on getting the finish.
Here's Nowitzki. From the top of the key, he buries it. Nowitzki's gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Davis finds James. He drops it from range. And Brooklyn leads by 16.
When LeBron's shooting like that, nothing you can do defensively.
Pass to Jokic. Here's Nowitzki. Doncic outside. Jokic with it. Checked by Davis. 5 on the clock. Jokic's shot is good. Timeout called. Brooklyn.
Let's give Coach credit. He's trying to find a way to squeeze the most out of every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments. Pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
Brooklyn making a switch here. O'Neal's checked in. .133 left in the game. It's hauled in by Luka Doncic. Doncic has got his 4th rebound in this one. The 3 ball. Brooklyn pulls it in. O'Neal's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Pass to James. Here's Walton. 3-pointer. The shot's good on the assist by James.
The way they dominated, they earned the dub tonight.
Now, these nights last a long time when you just go out there and you outwork your opponent. You know that that's going to pay dividends. Tonight it's going to come in a win.
From the baseline. Jokic, no good. Here's Vujicic. For 3, James. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Here's Petrovic. Off target from outside.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Outside Barnes. Lets the 3 fly. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. There's 25 seconds left in the 4th. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist by Jokic. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
Barnes. Brooklyn, no good that time either. So we see Brooklyn get the win here. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it takes
Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. Here we go. And Atlanta with possession here. Out to the right wing. Pass to Duncan. Avdia outside. Lets it fly. Brooklyn pulls it in. Now here's Millsap. Here's Reed. And it's rejected. And here's the fast break. It's stolen. Here's Bogut. Driving in. Good on the bucket.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw. Here's George. Pass to Avdia. Releases. Now here's George. Lets the three fly. The shot won't fall.
Well, that's why he's out there using his size in the paint.
Here's Spates. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Pass to Duncan. To the middle. Off the outside. It's picked off. Here's Reed. Paul George pulls down the board. Here's Duncan. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
Now, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Spates. Here's Bogut. No rebound by Atlanta. Here's Maxwell. No good with the triple.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
A minute 58 left in the first quarter of the game. Reed. And rejected. Here's Eaton. No good with the elbow jumper.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Here's Duncan. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
George scanning the floor. Pass to Eden. Off the outside. Step back shot. Here's Maxwell. Ball stolen.
Home team foul.
Brooklyn making a switch here.
Move the ball. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Bogut.
Substitution on the court.
Down low. Duncan. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
On the take. Shots blocked. And they'll keep possession. First shot won't go.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Avdia, good.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest.
Pass to Eden. Back to George. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Bogut gets the bucket.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Lets it go from deep. Bogut, no good. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
That's his second.
It's going to go on Paul George. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting for the away team.
So both teams making some changes here. And so he makes both from the line.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scout.
Atlanta shooting their first free throws of the game. First free throw is good. And so Turner nails them both.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. Brooklyn out in front, up by 3. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
Yeah, on top of that, they've been resourceful defensively, generating scoring opportunities by forcing turnovers.
And it's Childress missing. Brooklyn leading by 3. And make no mistake, Cade Cunningham is the engine of this team, Grant.
Man, his vision and playmaking are crucial to the offense. Coach trusts him to make the right reads and set up his teammates. He has cut down on mistakes and is rounding into an elite point guard.
Malone can't get it to go. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Here's Childress. It's rebounded by George. There's the drive, and he dunks it down.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher. To the paint. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. No points yet. Pass to Childress. He buries it from 3.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
You see the athleticism of Cunningham, using it there to come up with the spot.
Nice shot by Turner. Timeout called. Brooklyn. And Brooklyn with possession here. Here's Mitchell. Grown man point from Donovan Mitchell.
He's such a strong guy. Donovan Mitchell plays bigger than his listed 6'1" height.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. Brooklyn leading by 4. Pass to Malone. From downtown. And he's missed his first 2 shots of the game. Here's Atlanta with the ball. Kicks it to George. Here's Duncan. Back to George. Pulls it. And Spates pulls it down. And Brooklyn with possession here. Into the lane. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Brooklyn shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game. And that's good as he hits both shots. Atlanta trails by 6. Kicks it out to Cunningham. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Abdul-Jabbar's shot is good.
Well, we've all had those as coaches. That's a no, 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 yes type of shot.
Pass to Hill. Driving inside. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, And they're really getting aggressive now. Cunningham outside. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. The rebound by Malone. Right side, Hill. Fires from deep. Pass to Spates. Tries again. And he sinks the layup. And it's an 8-point Brooklyn lead.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
Inside. George outside. .34 seconds left to play in the half. Brooklyn pulls it in. Here's Spates. 2 points. That one goes. Spates has got 6 points.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
From the line. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in.
Even if they saw the step back coming, the defense didn't offer much resistance.
He got a piece of it. And he recovers it. And so that brings the first half to a close. Brooklyn out in front. They're up by 8. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Brooklyn leading by 8. Here's Bogut. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
Yeah, they're not pulling any punches here. Even the guards are attacking the basket.
Here's Bogut. Pass to Millsap. All by himself. Avdia from outside. And here's Reed. Bogut. He's got 7. And there's the rejection. And they get it back. Knocks down the triple.
Well, that's basically a warm-up 3 for him. The defense can't allow him that caliber of attack.
Eaton's shot is good.
And just using the size advantage he has. I mean, he can easily see over the defense.
Yeah, there's not much else the defender can do there.
Spates. Paul George pulls it in.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Pass to Duncan. Here's Bogut. Launches it. Connects from downtown. Bogut's got 10 points.
Well, if you let him shoot freely, you're going to give up a lot of trays.
Off the outside. Here's Duncan, guarded by Reed. And here comes the break. Intercepted. Avdia with it. And it's Reed picking him up. He shoots. And Atlanta misses again. Brooklyn leading by 11. Here's Millsap. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Brooklyn shooting their 6th and 7th free throw shots in the game. Now a timeout called by Atlanta.
Shooting 2.
That free throw misses. And he sinks the second. Atlanta trails by 12. Pass to Tatum. second half of play here. We're just under 2.5 minutes past. To the inside. Here's Turner. Finds the bottom from 13 feet out. Turner's got his second basket.
Being productive. Turner is a constant offensive threat.
Pass to Chandler. The three is up. The rebound by Turner. And they'd love to cut this deficit down to single digits. And here is Williams. He's guarded by Millsap. Knocked away. Stolen by Mitchell. Here's the break.
Yeah, great defensive focus gets Mitchell the steal, and he instinctively starts that fast break.
Outside Tatum. Now Turner from the arc. The rebound by Chandler.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Oh, and Turner with a block.
An impressive shot blocker. Turner's combination of size and timing on defense is so valuable.
Atlanta trails by 12. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Fires from the corner. Brooklyn pulls it in. Outside Mitchell. Millsap outside. To the left side wing. Here's Terry. It's tipped. From deep three-point land. Doesn't go that time. And so it's Brooklyn. Now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They're communicating well and stringing.
38.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Atlanta with possession here. Down by 12. Pass to Duncan. Back to Cunningham. Here's Childress. Cunningham outside. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Brooklyn leading by 12. Here's Bogut. Here's Duncan. Parries the easy one.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Kicks it to George. The three. Fires in the triple.
Such a pure score. If George finds his shot, it's almost as good as in.
Pass to Spates. And he buries that one. Back rim and in. Now a timeout called by Atlanta. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey guys, well during the last break I heard Mike D'Antoni as he talked with the team. He stressed with his guys how important defense is at this point of the game, saying, quote, "It's got to come down to stops, fellas. You know how good our offense is. Now I need you to communicate and D-up out there."
Thanks for that, Allie. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Brooklyn.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
Yeah, one thing I think they should continue doing is attacking the break, because right now, this defense has no answer for them when they do this.
First free throw is good. And so he hits both. Mitchell with the ball. George outside. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Reed, no good. Atlanta trails by 11. Pass to Duncan. Here's Childress. George defending. Here's Eaton. Oh, he gets it to fall, and that makes it just a single-digit deficit.
Doing what he can to help shrink the deficit, but it has to be a team effort.
And Mitchell with the slam.
Yeah, nothing you can do about that. I mean, Mitchell finds airspace and fills it.
Pass to Duncan. Here's Childers. Just 5 to shoot. Three-pointer. Gets the 3-ball to go.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Timeout called. Brooklyn.
And please give a big round of applause for your dance team.
Brooklyn making a switch here. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Bogut, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And Brooklyn leads by 10.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Pass to Maxwell. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. Maxwell's got his first points of the game. Brooklyn leading by 8. Driving to the basket. Reed with it. .111 left in the final quarter. And the layup is good.
That's exactly what you work for, a high percentage look.
Pass to Maxwell. Here's Duncan. Knocks it down from distance.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Here's Duncan. The rebound by Atlanta. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Here's Eaton. Jacks up a 3. That shot is off. Here's Spates. Blocked! And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession.
Coming out to the floor for your home team.
30 seconds left in the fourth. Lets it go from the wing. Off the window. It's good.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
From behind the arc. Nails it from 3. And now it's a 12-point Brooklyn lead.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on them.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
And it's Denny Avdia with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Terry. No good on the quick 3. So we see Brooklyn get the win here. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in to the NBA on Welcome to 2K Sports. We've got live NBA basketball headed your way on this fine Wednesday afternoon. I'm Brian Anderson, and joining me at the table, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. We've also got Allie LaForce bringing us reports. Here's Stoudemire. Outside Reeves. It's good. Off the glass.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
And if everything goes to plan, this could be a very fun matchup to watch.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Millsap can't get it to go. Right side Tatum. And it's rejected. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. And they go to the intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Here's Stoudemire. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball.
The ball goes to Brooklyn.
Brooklyn with the ball. Here's Bogut going inside. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Stoudemire. The kick to Tatum. Lets it go from deep. Here's Mitchell. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
We talked about the guys who play bigger than their listed size, and Donovan Mitchell is at the top of that list.
Both free throws good from Mitchell. And Richard, thinking about Donovan Mitchell, he just has a total impact on the game.
It's crazy to think that he's in the prime of his career, but every single year he continues to get better. I still think there are more levels for him to go.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throw of the contest. George feels it out a bit. There's Tatum with the three. Brooklyn pulls it in. Here's Bogut. Pass to Spates. The floater. Paul George pulls down the board. Ball stolen. Here's Millsap. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really give the defense just another thing to worry about.
And you don't see many teams take these shots as often anymore. It's nice to see them take advantage in this area. That's a blue-collar bucket right there. Grown man basket. Put in the work. Got a second chance to score.
A nice shot by Spates. Spates has got his second basket of the game.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Here's Stoudemire to the paint. Ooh, poked away. And that goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Both teams will make substitutions. 1:16 left in the first quarter. 5 to shoot. Blocked. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. So both teams changing it up here.
A monster down low. Zion is scary.
Pass to Bogut. Here's Terry. Puts up a deep three. And Hero grabs the board. Lets the three fly. Drains the triple.
Yeah, absolutely no hesitation from Hero. He shoots at will from range. He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
Anthony outside. George outside. Pass to Reeves. And here's Williamson. Out to Anthony. Tipped. And that goes out of bounds. And they retain possession.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
And a slam dunk by Millsap.
Plays with so much heart. Millsap takes it strong off the bounce.
Hero outside. And there's a defensive 3-second call. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And he shows the focus there. Nails the tee.
Tim Duncan, Willis Reed, Maurice Spates, Andrew Bogut.
Here's Robertson. Boom! He jams it straight down.
A brilliant dunk, and he hangs up there for a while, too.
Like he's posing for the camera. He's just hanging out, posing for pictures, just making himself at home. Tie game, and some big points being put on the board as we wrap up the first. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
But what I love is the tremendous belief in their bench. They were looking for points, and their reserves delivered.
Sometimes you just need a change of pace. The bench delivered that.
And it's time for an injury report.
The initial reports are saying that this is a serious injury and that he'll likely miss significant playing time.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Boy, this injury definitely looks like it could be serious, guys.
Here's hoping it's not, but yeah, this team may have to get used to playing without him for a bit.
And you just hate to see any injury, but potentially a serious one like this breaks your heart.
Zion Williamson seems intent on silencing all the doubters moving forward, Greg.
Yeah, B.A., he's not taking any more questions about conditioning. His physicality and play really answer that question now. He has been looking better than ever.
Brooklyn shooting their second attempt at the line tonight. Both teams deciding to change it up. And Brooklyn with possession here. And we played through the first minute here in the second. Hill for three. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Pass to Robertson. Now here's Williamson. Powerful play from Zion at the rim.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. This has been a barn burner.
Timeout called, Brooklyn. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Space. No good on the three.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that open.
Tatum from long range. Brooklyn pulls it in. Here's Terry. Still without a bucket. Pass to Spates. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball on 2K Sports with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. This is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. San Antonio with the ball. Tatum feeling it out a bit. Pass to Irving. And Spates pulls it down. Brooklyn with the ball. This one for three. Bogut, no good. And so it's Irving who brings up the ball for San Antonio. Here's Duncan. 14 feet away. Basket is good. Nice setup from Irving.
First bucket of the evening. Now, both teams are really looking to exploit matchups here.
What's going to be fascinating to watch is which matchups are they willing to go exploit.
The home team on D. Reed inside. Inside. Here's Millsap.
Boy, as good as he is on the offensive end, Jason Tatum showing he can be a factor defensively.
San Antonio shooting their first free throw in this game. And that one falls for Tatum. Doris, it seems like every year Tatum's name is right atop the MVP ballot.
To me, Brian, it speaks not only to his talent, but also his consistency and the work ethic. The game is important to him. He's versatile. He's clutch. He's everything you want in a star player.
Here's Reed. San Antonio getting their last shot to go. Here's Bogut. The 15-footer is good.
And if you got to give up something to Andrew Bogut defensively, you prefer that you give up the jumper. But the best laid plans don't always work out.
Brooklyn pulls it in. Here's Reed. Tatum with the block. Booker fires from way outside. The long-distance three is buried.
Just tremendous range already. What a floor spacer Booker is at such a tender young age.
And here's the fast break. Oh, wasted no time on that one. Irving's got 5 now.
Not everyone has the green light to take that three in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
On offense, here is San Antonio. They're on an 11-2 run. Pulls it. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Spates. Oh, Booker with a block. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. You know, it's easy to focus on Jason Tatum scoring. But Doris, he's excellent in a number of areas.
Brian, he's a high-level rebounder. He now knows how to keep his teammates involved. He's competitive on the defensive end and willing to absorb a big-time assignment. He has got a complete game.
Terry's shot is good.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Outside Irving. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Brooklyn making a switch here. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for San Antonio.
Yeah, I love the energy and aggressiveness I've seen from them on defense. They're really getting after it with all these blocks.
I think the other thing they're doing is they're wearing out the opponent in transition, exploding up the floor for easy chances.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And San Antonio making a change here. Here's Irving. Second shot opportunity. The rebound by Malone. Stolen by Miller. San Antonio again can't hit. Brooklyn trails by 10. Here's Reed. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Brooklyn shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And so he hits both.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
The three, George fires in the triple.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Pass to Reed. The three. That shot, no good. Here's Terry. And so it's San Antonio. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. What do you guys think about San Antonio here in this one?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
Man, why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Goes back up. Shot no good. San Antonio leading by 11. The three, George. Pass to Reeves. Back to Miller. Second chance effort. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
The shot. The offensive rebound. Misses from close range.
San Antonio foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the away team, Jason Terry.
Timeout called. Brooklyn.
That's a good timeout. They just can't hit anything.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Brooklyn trails by 12. To the wing on the left. Shoots. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Here's Bogut. And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Duncan's got his first basket.
Oh, that's just the patience of Bogut. He lets the play develop, makes the extra pass beautiful.
Booker for three.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Shakes him. And the layup is good.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Shot from the mid-range. Booker can't get it to go. Brooklyn trails by 10. Pass to Bogut. Shoots over George. Here's Duncan. And here's Reed. Fires the three. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. From deep three-point land. Abdul-Jabbar misses.
We all know he's a good shooter. But from that distance, I don't think so.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Well, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
.40 seconds left in the second.
And you have to love the focus. He gets hit, but converts it anyway.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Brooklyn shooting their fourth attempt at the line tonight. San Antonio leading by 5. Irving for three. He hits it. His fourth make in 10 tries.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Pass to Bogut. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Spates. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Irving looking around. Lets it go from deep. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's San Antonio up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. The flow of the game has favored them in general, but hey, the tide can shift. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Here's Bogut. It's rebounded by George. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for San Antonio. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Here's Irving. No good from the wing. Brooklyn trails by 8. Here's Spates. And he lays it up and in.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Here's Irving. On the wing, Irving. Tries again. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Good on both. Brooklyn trails by 6. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. Pass to Bogut. From deep three-point range. From beyond the arc, and then some. Bogut's got 7 points in the game.
And you have to guard him out there. I mean, he can do damage from deep, even from way beyond the arc.
Kept alive. Here's George. That one's good for 2. He's got 5.
Yeah, Paul George has length, and he has a knack for understanding where the ball is coming off. Nicely done.
Timeout called. Brooklyn. For Brooklyn. Brooklyn trails by 5. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Irving for 3. The rebound by Malone.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Brooklyn shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. And Brooklyn with possession here. On the wing, Mitchell. Oh, and Mitchell powers it home.
How high was Donovan Mitchell? How pretty was that dunk? My goodness.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Outside Irving. Over Mitchell. No good off the back of the rim. Brooklyn with the ball. Trailing by 2. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
This is a high-character guy. Chandler is a guy who will influence everyone around him in a positive manner.
Tyson Chandler taking 2 shots.
And it's tied up with that one.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Here's Irving. Brooklyn pulls it in.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
And this his 2nd attempt at the line tonight. Brooklyn with the ball. A rebound by Duncan. San Antonio with the ball. It's a 1-point game. Tries to break his ice. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. That one on Mitchell. He's 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Both free throws good from Irving. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
Here's Booker. Oh, what a play. Just palms the block. And here they come. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Well, huge wingspan, even for that center position. Chandler can throw it down from really anywhere within a few feet of the rim.
Booker for 3. San Antonio again can't hit. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 17-6 run. Stolen by Miller. And they're running. Pass to George. The rebound by Chandler. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Hill with it. Irving picks him up. Hill can't connect. San Antonio trails by 3. Beyond the arc. And it's Irving missing. Here's Terry. 7 points in the game. Launches a 3. That one no good. Oh, did he? He did! He got it to fall!
He did, B.A. So nice. As crazy as that shot was, you could almost feel it was going in.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Here's Paul. On the wing, Irving. Fader on the way. The rebound by Duncan.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
Good on the bucket. And Brooklyn leads by 2.
That close in against a way shorter defender, you could just put up 2.
Here's Irving. Off target from the wing. Brooklyn with the ball. Here's Bogut. Tatum pulls it in. San Antonio with the ball. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Irving. Here's Bogut. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, just all the moves he has in that painted area. Bogut converting with confidence.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over. Brooklyn making a switch here. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks so much. I was able to hear San Antonio's coach going over their plan during the break. And coach challenged the team, asking them to bring the fight inside, telling them to play with pride, telling the team, you're getting bullied near the hoop. Let's see if it works, guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. That one falls.
Oh, that's a big bucket. Putting the offense on his shoulders right there.
Here's Bogut. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. And it's going to go on Devin Booker.
That's just forcing the issue, right? Bogut gets that defender to overcommit.
At the line for 2.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. With a bucket here, they can recapture the lead.
I like how they've hung in. Never let things get out of hand.
About a minute and a half into the 4th now. Rebound by San Antonio.
You love to see guys challenge one another like that. Advantage to the defense that time.
Irving. Here's Duncan. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
First personal foul.
So close on the finish. I mean, it could have been a 3-point opportunity.
At the line for 2.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
This guy has a reputation for being a great free throw shooter, and you've got to knock him down. He does it here.
A nice shot by Spates. Spates has got 4 points this quarter.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
Here's Booker. Driving in. Takes the 3. Gets it. He's 6 for 10 and looking confident out there. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for Brooklyn?
Yeah, they've done a great job of challenging every shot they can. Their totals in the block column are a result of that aggression.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
San Antonio trails by 5. Duncan. San Antonio again can't hit. To the middle. Here's Duncan. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Here's Duncan. No good again that time. Brooklyn leading by 7. Here's Millsap. Shoots over George. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap. Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over.
Substitution on the court.
Thomas outside. From outside the arc. San Antonio again can't hit. There's 49 seconds left in the game. It's tipped. Pass to Tatum. Now here's Thomas. It's hauled in by Hill. George with it, and it's Paul picking him up. They get it back. Count that one, Reed. And Brooklyn leads by 9.
Boy, you have to be cognizant of where people are when a shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance.
Hill for 3. On target from range.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Wide open. It's good. So we see Brooklyn get the win here. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it takes a strong mental approach to block out the distractions. These guys stepped up 100%.
And that'll do it, folks. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. I'm Brian Anderson. With me tonight, Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, with Allie LaForce joining us courtside. Here we go. And it's Austin with the ball. Here's Fox. And he's going for the lob. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
Running the pick and roll to perfection. Fox with a nice dish.
As quick as anyone in the league, RJ. De'Aaron Fox. How does his speed affect the game?
Well, he's one of those players that normally you have one or the other, but he's quick and fast. Now, that's a mean combination because in the open court, he can break you down. In the half court, he has the quick left to right lateral movement that can cause problems in pick and roll.
Now here's Fox. Pass to Reed. Buries it from 3. Reed's got 5.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Picked by Reed. And he lobs it up top. Misses in close. Here's Bogut. They get the rebound. Millsap. Shots blocked. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession. And just over a minute played here to start the game. On offense, here's Austin. There's a screen. Pass to Ewing. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Feed the interior. Good things will happen.
Here's Millsap. Tatum with the block.
There's the length Tatum provides on the defensive side. He can change a game on that end.
Here's Castle. And Spates pulls it down. And here they come. Here's Reed. Tatum with the block. Fast break. Here we go.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
A minute 58 left to play in the first. Pass to Castle. Here's Reed. Here's Ewing. And that one is hammered home.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
Big time two-hand slam.
And right on top of the defender, too. That's got to feel good. It's stolen. Pass to Millsap. Fires the 3. And it's Ewing with a rebound. Austin leading by 5. Fox outside. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. No good on the triple.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Reed with it. Picked up by Tatum. Here's Spates. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Just an assertive play. He attacks the miss and sends it home.
Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. Here's Castle. Still no points. Pass to Ewing. Shot clock at 6.
You can tell Castle values the chance to set another guy up. He's not trying to do it all by himself out there.
Here's Spates. Poke loose. Fox outside. They set the pick. Pass to Reed with 4 on the clock. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. Reed's got 7 points.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Austin ahead, up by 5. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to this. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Austin.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
Another area they've excelled in is the points in the paint. They've been able to gouge the interior defense so far in this one.
Tatum with it. Guarded now by George. From outside the arc. And it's Tatum missing. Brooklyn trails by 5. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
And here comes the break. The 3 is up. Austin grabs a miss. Pass to Castle. Launches it. It's rebounded by George. Brooklyn with the ball. Here's Malone. Excellent D there from Reed.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Tatum can't hit.
That's just a bucket. Look, you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
A nice shot by Millsap.
Offense has been hard to come by so far. A much-needed bucket right there.
It's a slugfest. Maybe not the prettiest game we've seen, but sometimes the best wins are the ugly ones.
Here's Ewing. The layup misses. Here's Terry. Here's Malone. It's deflected. Outside Tatum. Picked by Reed. Oh, there's the alley. Hammers the lob through.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized. Defense pays. Timeout called, Brooklyn. And now that they have some time to get a little bit of rest, it's time for these players to regroup while hydrating themselves with some Gatorade, looking to gain a boost of energy as they continue to play in this game.
And staying hydrated is the only surefire way to do it. An athlete's body doesn't have the same power and stamina without proper hydration. These guys will be sure to use this timeout wisely.
So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here.
Now into the lineup for Brooklyn. Tyson
Brooklyn trails by 5.
Grant Hill, Donovan Mitchell, Andrew Bogut. 2
A minute 53 left in the first half. Fox outside. Pass to Castle. 5 on the clock. Here's Ewing. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Austin leading by 7. Outside Tatum. Pass to Reed. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Reed's got 11 points.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Here's Ewing. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. And now it's an 11-point Austin lead.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Castle misses. Brooklyn trails by 9. Here's Chandler. The shot no good. Nice D from Tatum. On offense, here's Austin. Down low. Outside, Hill. Pass to Malone. Launches it from deep. Hill can't connect. Now Reed. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Austin shooting their second and third free throws tonight. Both shots good from the stripe.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
And so it's Austin closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Pass to Reed. Here's Bogut. He's covered by Fox. And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. The home team on D. They lead by 11, largest margin of the game. You look at his college days and his rookie year, Tatum has always been on a winning team, Richard.
B.A., I think it starts with his approach. There's always been an air of professionalism when it comes to Tatum. He's just a young player that is focused only on winning.
Brooklyn trails by 11. Here's Millsap. Banked it in off the glass. Millsap's got 8.
That's Millsap's shot all night. He's so consistent at that range.
Picked by Reed. To the middle. To the wing on the left. And Ewing gets it to go. He's got 13.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Got a hand on it. And that goes out of bounds. And they retain possession. Pass to Castle. Shot from 12. The rebound by Duncan. Brooklyn trails by 10. Here's Millsap. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. That one on Tatum. Brooklyn shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And so Millsap nails them both. And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. Tatum with a screen. Pass to Ewing. Let's go with a 3. He's off on that one. Brooklyn with the ball. Trailing by 8. Reed with it. Fox picks him up. Count that one. Reed.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Fox left side. Now Reed. The kick to Tatum. And once again, off the mark by Austin.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize. They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
All the momentum seems to be running in their favor. They're close to taking the lead.
Picked by Reed. And he lobs it up.
Nice decision by Castle. I mean, this guy is a great teammate.
Timeout called. Brooklyn. So it's both teams making substitutions here. A minute 37 left in the third. Mitchell on the run. From the arc. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession.
The ball goes to Brooklyn.
We've got 1:28 left in the third quarter. They had a number of cracks at it. Just came away empty-handed. Pass to Stoudemire. The kick out. Curry. Curry splashes it in.
Such a quick release. As soon as the ball touches his hands, it's gone.
Got it. Good job in the low post.
If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
From deep, Mitchell. And another three for Austin.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Mitchell with the ball. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. No good from outside. Inside. Chamberlain. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync. Oh, there's nothing more fun than putting a big guy on a poster. That is the definition of an aggressive play.
They set the screen. Curry, he's open. And so it's Austin ending the quarter up 10. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for Austin. To the paint. Here's Chamberlain. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
This man sees everything on the court. Curry just dropping dimes out there.
Here's Terry. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Austin.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
Yeah, the other thing they're doing is absolutely scorching the net. Red hot from outside all game long.
Count the basket.
Just great awareness from Curry. So good at reading the floor and finding his open teammates.
To the inside. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
The reverse slam, that was sweet.
Ah, the finesse on full display. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Fades. Chamberlain, no good.
Great contest of the shot. Kind of forced him to fade back more than he'd like.
Pass to Reed. Here's Duncan. No good with a layup. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. Stoudemire. And it's all from three-point range. Here's Spates. Oh, threw it down. Wow. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. Oh, wow, guys, this does not look good. We've got an injury here.
And, man, this really doesn't look good. Just the way it happened.
And you know it's serious if he's heading to the locker room. It takes a lot to get him out of any game.
Down low. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Yeah, it's easy to see why they go to him so often, because they know they can depend on him to come through for them.
Timeout call, Brooklyn. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Brooklyn's coach was going over with his team. Coach telling their players, let's play with urgency. This is the game. I know we'll win if we play hard. Let's see how the team responds.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Austin leading by 12. Stolen by Millsap. The lead now in single digits.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
Curry looking it over. Here's Ewing. And he dunks it down.
Clever move by Curry, using the play to make room for a different shooter.
Millsap for three. And it's Ewing with a rebound. Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
Things are definitely working offensively. A balanced attack is just so much harder to defend.
Misses the layup. Brooklyn trails by 11. Here's Reed. Missed inside. 1:14 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Stoudemire. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. A minute 9 left in the final quarter. And unable to corral the miss as it goes out of play. Outside Curry. Puts it up. Here's Ewing. Well, it was only a matter of time before they finally get the bucket.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Millsap for three. Brooklyn, no good that time either. From deep, Mitchell hits the trifecta.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Terry. Brooklyn, no good that time either. And it's Austin with the ball. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. And the basket by Stoudemire.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Pass to Mitchell. The rebound by Malone.
Austin foul. Patrick Reed. First personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for Brooklyn.
And he makes the first.
Moses Malone. Taking 2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. And here's Curry for three. Misses. So we see Austin getting the win here. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got...